right back. Hold on.
Session 2, begin.
Well, we've had
Okay,
our
so you have found yourselves in the entrance foyer to Harrowstone Prison. There are a number of doors leading out of this room. Which way do you go?
That way. There's nothing beyond this door, so I'll open it. Oh, yes, he opens it.
Baldric opens the door. Baldric, there is a hallway that you can see leading off in the dimness. And there are a number of doors leading off of this hall. All of them will be...
That's the door when it tries to slam.
We have a hall of doors, lads.
Oh, Dick, must you be so gigantimous?
It is true, I am enormous.
I thought that was the affliction of Dormant.
I am a very good friend of Dormant, and I'm trying to make him feel better by example.
By all means, please lead away.
You won't mind if I keep my pants on then?
Not at all, my friend, not at all.
Excellent.
Oh my god, I never should have said that.
Next door.
Joseph opens the door.
Yep.
Oh, doors.
It appears to be an old office. There's a desk, a chair, that sort of thing.
Detect magic.
You're detecting magic in the room that they've just been opened from where you are?
No, I'm gonna cast it, so I have it on as I start looking around.
Baldric enters
the
another
door
door.
that I'm at.
Holy crap.
I go through this door.
Just a moment. Everybody opens doors. Good thing there's no encounters. Or wait, maybe there is.
Please, oh please, just give me something.
I wish
I am awesome. I can take care of him.
I'm glad you're awesome.
As am I.
You do not detect magic.
What?
Again, these appear to be relatively small rooms that appear to be probably, you think, clerks or functionaries of the prison. What's your guess?
What's in here? Did I just find the back door, or is this a window?
No, there's a window.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, what the heck is that? Door. Oops. I go through here.
Just a moment.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Again, it appears to be more functionaries, more rooms. With two doors at the end of the hall.
Okay, there we go. Much better. I'm going through the southern door.
Just a second.
Are we opening both doors at once again?
One at a
I
time.
know we do that.
That appears to be the case. You never do it when you're role-playing, but apparently when people can move stuff around, you get the same problem.
It's a little more realistic.
It's the Neverwinter Nights Swan effect is what it is.
What's the difference?
DM's Bane.
Baldric. A moment, please.
Yes. I rolled a perception of 20 for this room.
Baldric, in the room that you have just found, this appears to be a privy of sorts. Savar, in the room that you have just found, and it's actually much bright. It's lit more brightly because there's light streaming in from the windows. This appears to be a fairly well-appointed chamber. Just a moment. Unlike the other offices which you have found so far, this one appears to be much more elaborate.
This is the warden's office, isn't it?
It may well be. You can tell that there are a number of things and objects in the room. Anyone else going in, or just Baldric and Savar?
This is where I bring my detect magic next.
Well, I guess we search around.
Could I have perception rolls, please?
That's 20 or 15.
Diamond sucks.
Diamond, you notice that there is, in fact, a wall.
A room.
Yes.
Okay, just a moment.
Floor.
Darman notices that he farted.
I did not. That was the chair.
Spacious room smells of mildew and rot. A long desk and chair sit to the south. All to the northwest, a narrow alcove. Contains, as you can tell, something is glowing behind there.
Where?
There is an old painting on the wall. And behind that painting, off to the side, you can tell that there is something glowing. That would be Dormant who notices that.
Which wall was this on?
That would be the west wall.
Where I am.
South of where you are by about 20 feet.
Can I follow him?
Do you move the painting?
Anyone with a... Want to look at this?
Just move it. It's a painting.
Haha, be my guest, my friend.
Let's detect magic on it.
I've got to take magic.
Dorman's already done that, and yes, he's quite certain that there is.
She's not the guy that always moves the painting.
I thought it'd give an extra level of perception if you detect magic.
I take down the painting and roll 16 on my spellcraft.
There is a moment, please.
Because you can do spellcraft, correct?
And
Or
as
something
I'm
like that?
taking down the painting, I tell everyone to embrace art. Would you?
There is a metal door fit into the side of the wall, and it obviously has a key lock for it. And it is closed and shut.
You're looking around for this key.
Go through the desk drawers. Have a seat.
A moment.
And relax.
There are various papers, documents, a lot of things about manifests, payroll lists.
A list of prisoners?
Which note who the current prisoners are.
Look for our friends' names.
Which friends are you looking for?
Latterman, the Hyperville Marsh. Those
3 haunts left.
If you're looking for those names, the same ones that you found in the Temple of Pharasma,
Yeah.
which you copied, you'll match them up. They are noted as prisoners. The Piper of Ilmarsh and Father Charlatan are noted in residence, which makes mention of the upper story, and the other ones are noted as extremely dangerous and are downstairs.
Uh-huh.
So we already got rid of the Piper. I can't remember if we got rid of the Charlotte Piper of the Father Charlotte.
You can't remember because you were not playing at that point in time, but yes, Father Charlatan was defeated.
So there's only 3 left in the
You might be a furnace.
So as it stands, you have a locked safe, it appears, in the wall.
We have a rogue?
Our rogue is apparently busy in another game at this time.
I knock on it.
Well, I'm not a rogue yet. I can disable device.
You want to try the safe?
Sure.
Is anybody going to assist you or otherwise enhance your
I can try. I probably
moderate
won't do it.
capabilities?
I'll give him a resistance just in case.
I'll
I'll
just
get
try
you
because
guys-
I'm clean.
All right.
One at a time, please.
I'll give it a try.
There!
Okay, please.
So,
You cannot. Okay, that's not a success. What is it you were doing, Grigor?
I was going to give him guidance, which is a +1 through the roll.
Nice.
Okay. So it was done. Someone's going to hop like.
that's what I saw. What was that?
Go ahead. Were there any other pluses that could be made?
Mine resist to saves.
Okay. In that event, it's a modified 21. You can get in and start mucking about with the mechanism itself, Baldric, but this is beyond your current skill.
What if I
Papa.
shoot gears and dump some acid in there and just try to smoke the lock?
You might break stuff
So
that's in.
26 is not good enough?
A 26?
Yeah,
No, a 26 is not good enough.
you can't do it.
Okay.
Why don't we look for the key somewhere else?
All right.
Okay, I guess we search the room again for a key.
On the warden's body.
You guys have ransacked the room. If there's a key in here that you were able to find, you have not found it.
I had stuff that
I said we check that northern room then.
We have a few rooms still to check.
okay. I had to step away for a bit, so I assume that the keys from upstairs were not usable.
You
try
didn't
'em?
try, but Baldric recognizes the lock and understands that those keys are not going to fit.
Okay.
And we enter. Doo-doo. What could be inside? Inside the magical door is nothing.
There's another privy area here. It's of with a
Let's
shaft
look
that
in
will
the
reach
toilet.
outside. So that's about all you have.
Okay. So there's only two places, left on the map that we haven't explored. There's a place next to the stairs where I'm gonna go now. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
We have a couple places. One right above the stairs, the three right above that, and then directly across.
That's
from
where I
us.
am right now. And there's also the 3 doors. up to the
Now,
north
go
of
to the
me.
one directly across from us first.
There's-
I'm gonna take a wild guess that the key for the safe is gonna be on the warden downstairs.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Have we found his body? Or it's supposed to be downstairs?
Baldic said that he's supposed to be normal size now. Dad. Okay, I'm opening this door.
Moment. Baldric, you can tell that this is a hallway with a door at the end.
Using your advanced skills.
Long hall, door at the end.
That was mission.
Baldric, perception, please. Good roll. Good roll. Just a moment. This door is unlike the other doors that you have seen. This door is made of iron.
What the?
Ooh.
Well,
This is good bad.
Does it appear to be locked?
It
Yeah.
is locked.
It is locked.
Crowbar it is. It might take a while, but
I am going to attempt to disable device.
Again, you consider the lock is beyond your current capabilities.
All right, let's break the piece of crap.
break the lock.
I'll step up and let somebody stronger step up and deal with it.
I'll do it. Who has the crowbar? I have the highest strength.
Detect magic.
Strength.
I have high strength. I have 8+ feet of my strength.
Yosef's got a 4.
Okay, well, but I guess I assist him then.
You do, and that is a success because you have over a 15. Yosef, you may attempt a strength check at +2.
A strength check +2.
That is
Yeah.
correct.
Good.
Not good enough, you're telling me?
D20 plus 6? That's not right.
Wrong dude.
Sorry, wrong dude.
Go press E and then click on yourself, press E and then click on the STR. Yeah.
That is a modified 22. You can use you're using the crowbar,
Yep.
and that gives you what, another +4?
Yeah.
2?
26.
4. Can you give them guidance on that?
Yes, guidance.
So that's a modified, what, +127?
Yeah.
It almost starts to give, but not quite. It holds.
Got
It
time.
holds. You can try again.
Take 20.
Was there any magic on the door?
You
Rob?
take your time, and you break open the door with a 20.
Right.
You do, and ultimately the door breaks. A moment.
We burst through the doors.
Actually, with Mark, it would probably be never.
Something bad is gonna happen.
Oh, I hope so soon.
So do I, because that means that I get to show off again.
A moment. Chamber appears to have fallen into disuse. It's not clear what its purpose was.
It's the D-pad room.
There is some debris on the floor. Savara, perception roll, please. Aldrich, you as well.
This is perception.
Aldrich, just a moment. Baldric, looking at the wall, you can see that there is mortar missing between the stones. They form a bit of a jagged pattern, but looking at it more carefully, you think this is the outline of a door.
Yes, yes. All right. Do that funky elven thing.
Open it up. Let's see what's inside.
I would like to perceive the door first. Am I right in front of it, do I think? Or,
You are.
Okay.
You are. Roll again.
I would like to perceive at the door to see if I hear anything or mechanisms moving.
Or click.
I hear
The
click.
door. You hear, well, you're feeling around, you're looking, and you see what appears to be an obvious catch.
Oh, awesome. I open it. Concealed portal, lads.
There are some shelves.
Portal.
I step in.
There are some shelves here, and there are some items on the shelf.
Yay.
Let me describe them for you. A moment, please.
My detect magic is still up.
Very well. On one shelf, you see a hand axe. It's just more like a hatchet. I mean, it's designed to be wielded principally by one hand as opposed to two hands. There is some dark black stuff all over the axe on the head, and is also dribbled down onto the shaft itself. It is magical.
Okay,
There is. If you do, then you pick it up.
Okay. I'll write that down on my journal excerpts.
That might have been a good idea.
What kind of weapon is it?
First,
Just a moment, please.
It was a hand axe.
Yeah, Jesus.
Magic hand axe.
On another shelf, you see a ring with about a whole large number of various symbols and other various things hanging off of it. Could I have knowledge religion, please?
Knowledge history probably won't do anything with it.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's your knowledge.
Understatement of the century.
Sabar, keep your voice down, please.
Like,
And Dormand, what'd you get?
30.
Oh, awesome. You see that each of these holy symbols, and that's what they are, appear to be a collection of a jumbled number of on a number of chains and interwoven stuff. Thinking back to the look of the chains and symbols that surrounded Yosef when he was tied up in the chains, you can see some of the symbols repeating. It would make sense that this is perhaps part of the gear of Father Charlatan. There are a whole large number of holy symbols here certainly in a large jumbled mass, but they can be untangled.
Okay.
Is it valuable?
There is a book which has some mold on it, and it rather dried up and cracked leather. The clasp which holds it together is barely sufficing to stop it from opening due to the warping that's happened to the wood and the leather, but nevertheless it's there, and it is glowing. There is also a hammer, and it looks more... It's not a war hammer. This looks to be sort of something you probably see more like a smith would use, if anything else. And on another shelf, you can see what appears to be a 2-foot-long flute, and it is quite blackened and tarnished.
Are the flute and the hammer glowing?
Flute.
Yes, they are. All the 5 things that I mentioned to you all glow magic.
Well, let's start taking some spellcraft checks.
Well, the flute is probably the pipes.
I want to look at these rings first, or the what's his name's gear. Spellcraft.
You're looking at the holy symbol?
Well, they were all magic too, right?
Yes, they are.
I want to see what this was. Might not be enough though.
Well, as you do it, you say, okay, and you kind of move things and give it a tug, and quickly all of these various symbols untangle, and there are 12 holy symbols of the principal gods of Galarian, which are all together. You don't really see that it has any discernible spell that's latent here, although there is a faint there's a faint abjuration, which is perhaps it is more of a lingering effect than it is of an active spell.
Okay, I'm guessing there were some sort of binding rings or something, but keeping the guy from being more evil. In any case, let's move to the book next.
Okay.
Fucking 9s.
You open it?
I was gonna. Yeah, let's open it. It's breaking anyway.
I can do that.
Dorman, this is a spell book.
Nice.
There are a large number of spells which are ruined and are not possible to read in this thing. But some of the spells are still there. You can see, in fact, give me a will save now that you've opened the book.
A will save.
Oh my god! Magic missiles is magic missile.
No reason to be surprised. Hey, not too bad.
Moment.
These are the items belonging to mass murderers, you know.
I think that they all
You know.
are.
It's interesting. You see something which is written on the margin there of one of these pages that's moldy, and it says Darmond. It looks like in kind of reddish black, almost ink in the margin.
Since
And you look
Jordan-
away, and suddenly it's not there.
Yes, that's probably not good. I'm going to shut the book for now and
Wasn't that just like the time that I looked on the grave and saw my...
spellcraft the hammer.
It is a similar thing, but you don't. This happens in Dorman's mind. You don't have a chance to see that yet. Yes.
Since David and I were reading over his shoulder, would we need to do the book check?
No.
Okay. Ruby?
What is it you're looking at now, Darmond?
The hammer. I'm actually trying to tell if they're cursed, too.
Wow.
Well, there is some a faint necromancy as well as transmutation on the hammer.
Belongs to the Mosswater Marauder. That one.
According
It's
to
not good enough for an identify?
Whopper had the axe. Mosswater Marauder would have the hammer.
It is a very fine-looking hammer, but it's a hammer. It's what it is.
Oh, it's not magical.
Perhaps masterwork grade. It's not that the hammer itself is inherently magical, but there are lingering fields of some spells that are in effect there, which would make sense. She did warn you that these items were closely associated with these murderers.
All right.
That does not mean that the effects that they necessarily will have will be beneficial, or at least totally beneficial.
All right, so I can tell you guys who
What was
owns
the last thing?
The last one, I believe there was the hand axe, the spell book, the flute. I think.
Oh, the flute. That's what I was thinking. Is this probably the piper's flute?
Yep.
It is.
All right. So with that knowledge of 30 religion, what do I think I should do with all these items?
I think our time might be up.
It's up
except
to
for
you.
the two.
The flute, by the way, has the same vague trace
Sure.
of necromancy that the that was on the holy symbols, but it is much fainter. Both the magical trace on the holy symbols and on the flute are very faint in comparison to the other three items.
Okay. I didn't really look at the hatchet because he grabbed it. So
Which the hatchet belonged to the Whopper, and the book was owned by the Splatterman. Just for
yeah, I've more or less got it now. I was just trying to make sure they weren't too cursed before we grabbed them. In any case, that leaves the pit down or the rooms to the north.
room.
Do we have an extra bag to hold these things in or something?
Who is carrying what item?
Yeah.
I have the hand axe. That's all I know.
We don't have any bags of holding right now, do we?
I'll take the holy symbols.
Okay, you take the holy symbols.
Well, I'll hold on to the spell book then.
You hold on to the spell book. So
No,
who has the hammer and the flute?
I'll take them if no one else wants them.
okay,
All right, you have those.
we'll remember you when you're gone.
Yes, this was probably a foolish act on all of our part, but
Why don't we just leave this stuff here and come get it later?
I think we
Oh,
need it. We were told to get it.
Yes.
You were told to get this stuff.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
I thought we were supposed to get the guy's whatever of office, and that was what we're supposed to get.
She told us there were things that belonged to the killers that would be helpful into putting them down.
I see. I don't remember that part. Okay, so maybe we should take them to her and ask her.
Well, we've clearly satisfied that part of it, so maybe we could just go down.
Well, why don't we ask? what she meant. Because maybe
She didn't
had,
know anymore. She just kept telling us that she had what she had.
Yes, but she also seems to have her perception in the room that she's in, so maybe she'll gain more clarity if we actually have the items with us when we talk to her about it. It's not like it's going to take a lot of extra time.
Potentially. She might also be very mad at us for bringing him there.
That's possible, but 1 against 5 will kick her ass.
I just realized that this is the second session that we've been in here for. Not counting the
There was a
half
third, actually.
best one.
All right, then I guess we head back to the witch, or the ghost.
You're going to go to the ghost?
Sure.
If
You mean
that's,
Vessariana? Is that what you mean?
if that's what people want to do.
Let's check the rooms.
You want to go check, or what? I'm sorry, what is that?
There's more rooms to check, right?
Potentially.
That takes us by her room. Let's stop.
We could do them too.
Again, you will have some of the slam door stuff that goes on as you go through that foyer in and out of the room. But you've determined that, as creepy as it is, the doors do not permanently hold themselves shut, and they do release. It's disconcerting, however. Aldrich, are you staying behind, or what's the deal?
Oh, those scores. Oh, Dad?
Baldric, are you awake? Just curious if you're in the game.
Dad?
What?
I thought that these sessions ended at 7.
Well, they are, but I'm just going to... We're almost done this level, so there seems little reason to end it quite right here.
Fair enough.
Open that door.
I'll go check out
See
this
that it's, you see that it is a... that particular one is a storeroom.
Check magic.
Nothing in there. The other two appear to be heavier doors with locks upon them.
Have we searched the staircase?
The doors themselves are not locked, but they do appear...
Down the staircase.
Broken.
You go through one of the rooms, you see that it is a cell, or at least a secure holding area off the infirmary. Perhaps a place to hold a patient who they're quite concerned about whether they get out. And the similar purpose for the last of the rooms.
This lower room, Rob?
All of the doors have been opened.
And that particular room, the last one that you have, is a storeroom. There are probably foodstuffs there, and some a water barrel. But
Nothing of note, though.
No, nothing. Which would appear to have cleared this particular level for you, other than the safe, which you cannot get by in the other room.
Right. We still need to go talk to the ghost, but we can do that next time.
Okay. And in that case, we will end it there. We're at about 10 after 7, so that's a good time. And you have cleared the main level, or at least explored all you can at the main level of Harrowstone.
Cool.
And I have to figure out what the experience is. I'm not quite certain at this stage, but I don't believe you've gone up a level yet, so don't be too concerned.
The stairs in this hallway,
Says you. I'm always concerned about levels.
the stairs in this hallway are going down, and we have not been down those stairs?
You have tried, and you've seen that those stairs that go down, the entire passageway has collapsed into rubble, so that there's no way to go down the stairs at all.
And,
It's a stair.
and we've already been completely from above.
Yeah.
All right, then.
So
We
if
have
there's a
the
way to go
pit.
down, it's the pit.
This is what she said was left of the elevator.
All right, well, I dive in.
In the next episode, our heroes enter a pit. Will they survive? Will they break a leg? Will they drink tea?
Will they drink
Next week
tea?
to find out. Best thing I can
Alrighty.
do. I don't care if you guys.
And we'll end it there. So I think we can probably stop the recording.
All right then.